Good evening and welcome back to another special of Chasing Dissent. We're going back in time.
Well.
There you go. Just like it, isn't it?
What, with me doing a well?
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'm still thinking of changing the channel name back to Chasing Dissent. I'm just thinking about it.
You do what you want to do.
Yeah, I know. Right.
Just go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Right. What a week it's been. 2 weeks it's been. Let's get into it.
Hi, David.
Oh, hello. Good evening, chaps. Good evening, Troll Room. Nice to be with you all.
Nice of you to join us, David. And for those out there who may think otherwise, David is not in black and white. He's just got a shitty camera.
Freaking terrible.
Pre-show, I had to put up with 15 minutes of abuse from, well, mostly John. I'll exempt Ben, like, you know what I mean? But it is well deserved. I'm making some changes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's quite well deserved.
Yeah, make some changes. Hey, right.
We just shame him.
Let's just get into the slides. I can't be bothered. I was going to talk about some other stuff, but
well, what do you want to talk about?
Talk about some other stuff. Come on.
I mean, what's America? America is like, America really is Team America World Police now, aren't they?
What do you mean now?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they always have been, but they're really right into it now. They're going to indict former Cuban President Raul Castro because as defense minister, the Cuban military shot down 2 planes freaking 96 years ago or however. Well, not 96 years ago, but a while ago. They're going to charge some Iraqi leader or something for terrorist activity. They just fucking romp about the world doing what they like, don't they? America's just like the world police. And if you think we don't have a global government, well, I kind of think we do. And it's called the USA.
Well, they are certainly the kings of the West. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, I suppose it used to be us.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have an empire, for God's sake. I mean, we still do kind of have an empire. They just call it the Commonwealth now, But
here's a good question. Is the USA in the process of losing its empire? Is it ready to join the ranks of, Great Britain, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the Russian Empire, the French, the Italians, the Spanish?
Ottomans,
the Ottomans? Is it ready to join the rest of us in having had an empire?
I think it's happening. I think that process is underway, hence kind of what we're seeing. It seems to be kind of like a slow impending kind of like death that is occurring, which makes such a nation even more kind of, I guess, dangerous or desperate, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, backed into a corner. What do people do? And they are being backed into a corner.
Well, they're not. They're backing themselves into a corner. Nobody backed them into a corner. I mean, it's like the dying thrashing of a snake. It's still got venom and nerves, and it can still strike you, but ultimately the thing's dead.
Yeah, and it won't be too long. It will probably happen in our lifetime, I would say.
Yours, maybe.
Mine and David's lifetime, anyway.
I mean, we're living in a multipolar world, folks, and it's been like that for a while. And of course, the so-called top dogs, the US of A, they don't like that. You know what I mean? They want to go back to the past where it was more unipolar. So I think that's where the struggle is. What do you guys think, Ben, John?
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think you're totally correct. And America are not even that old of a nation. This year they are celebrating their biquincentennial. Oh. And by that, I mean they're 250 years old as a nation.
Yeah, I remember when it was, fucking hell, I actually do remember them celebrating their bicentennial.
Wait,
when they were 200.
Ago,
yeah, 1976. Was it? Yeah.
Sarge, you're old, mate.
That was the summer. That was the summer, the heat wave summer. That's when the roads melted. The tar used to melt and everything.
Summer of '69, was it, by any chance?
No, the summer of '76.
All right, just checking.
Yeah.
Ben knows what I'm talking about.
I do. That's. But remember, folks, the Canadian government have indeed apologised for Bryan Adams on several occasions.
He's not the worst.
I quite like Bryan Adams. I've heard worse, you know. Some of it's sitting here, looking at me.
He means you, David.
No,
I think
don't
so.
David doesn't sing to me, darling. Anyway, right, where are we? Right, Starmer.
Yeah.
So you said you think he'd be gone by Friday. He's still here. What do
Well,
you
actually, if you actually
Oh,
bother to. If you bother to follow my streams, and David will be able to confirm
Jesus
this,
Christ.
come Wednesday night, I had already changed that tune and said he was going to cling on and would not leave unless he was dragged kicking and screaming. I even said I'd initially surmised that he would be gone by Friday, but I don't think he's going without literally being dragged, fingernails left in the door, number 10.
Has he just got no conception of how universally hated he is, or is he just stubborn, or is he just really, really thick? What is
He's a
it?
Trotskyist communist.
I would say
Yeah.
stubborn.
Stubborn.
He's a communist, and he's got the power, and he's not going to give up the power, despite the fact pretty much everybody in the country wants him to give up the power. Though, if the Daily Mail is to be believed, is this a slide? Is the Daily Mail a slide?
Oh, Dan Whitten, I think, was it? I think it was Dan Whitten. Was it not Dan
the Daily
Whitten?
Mail reporting today that
Yeah, that was Dan Whitten.
he is briefing people close to him that he's ready to resign on his own timetable.
It was Dan Whitten in the Daily Mail.
Or Dan Hodges.
Sorry, Dan Hodges.
Dan Hodges, yeah.
It was
possibly.
Dan Hodges in the Daily Mail with no fucking evidence or anything to back it up.
That's
So
why I said it there
it's-
to be believed.
It's just, at this point, it's speculation.
Right, here's the thing. If you guys had a gun to your head, right, and you were given a choice between Keir Starmer, Angela Rayner, or Wes Streeting, who would it be? Come on.
Be a tough wank.
It's challenging, but you know what? I tell you, I'll put my cards on the table first.
Go on.
I'd stick with Keir.
I can. All right. I can understand that. What about you, Chad Hawk, man of the people?
Well, the man of the people would have to turn around and run away and just hope the gun don't go off.
Yeah, good answer.
Yeah, no, I would stick. Sometimes, like pardon me, said many times in the past, sometimes it's better the devil you know.
Better off the devil, you know.
Right.
Bring back Toolmaker bingo. That's what I say.
Yeah. Have you heard about the Chinchao Declaration?
Is this whatever they've been doing over in China?
No, it's nothing to do with China.
I mean, you kind of made it sound Chinese.
It looks kind of Shinao something.
Xinhua?
Shinao Declaration marks a watershed moment in the erosion of post-World War II human rights architectures, initiated by Denmark and Italy.
Wait, let me interrupt you here for a second. Is there meant to be a slide?
No, I'm reading this. Initiated by Denmark and Italy, the agreement explicitly recognised the sovereign right of states to control borders through offshore processing and return hubs for failed asylum seekers.
Right.
So, I don't know if you'd heard about this, but
How do you spell Chanel?
CIS with a thing underneath it, a squiggly bit underneath it. IN, A with a, I think it's an accent above it, like French, you know?
Same here, Beats. Same here.
And U. So there you go.
You can see all over David's face that he's reading.
Yvette Cooper and
Yeah,
Shabana
Scotty.
Mahmood have argued that absolute protections under Article 3, i.e. freedom from torture, and Article 8, right to family life, of the convention, that's European Convention on Human Rights, has been systematically weaponized by foreign criminals to avoid deportation. Well, I think they're right on this occasion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think they're right.
Absolutely. And it seems to me that, let's take the right to family life, for example. The government seem to only care about that when it comes to this situation, because if you want to take your kids out of school on holiday, all of a sudden the right to family life no longer applies and you will be fined and you will be prosecuted.
Well, to be fair, I think you're being a tad disingenuous there.
I'm not being a tad disingenuous. This was all tested in court in the Isle of Wight, wasn't it?
I think you're being a tad disingenuous in that the right to family life isn't about whether your kids, whether you take your kids out of fucking school or not to go on holiday. I think it's the ability to have a life with your family, which is somewhat quite different, surely.
Well, I disagree, because I think that there is no major definition to the term family life, and if you want to do something together as a family, that is the right to family life, surely.
Yeah, okay.
So there's no definition of the word hate speech, yet we have laws against it.
Yeah, I know. But I think the spirit of the law when it comes to family life is not, and I hate to use the term, but I'm going to say it, not the trivialities of whether you can go on holiday at a cheap time or not.
I couldn't give two shiny shites.
Well, that it's just how I read it.
It's very broad, isn't it?
It's quite broad
and ambiguous and subject to interpretation. And
yeah.
Right. So, however, legal scholars like Professor Eric Borge, King's Counsel, and NGOs including Pickham and Freedom from Torture warn that this framework is a grubby political deal that threatens the independence of the judiciary. I don't understand this, because really,
the independence of the judiciary was completely, the idea of that was completely obliterated during the prosecutions against the people that protested against what happened in Southport. There is no independent judiciary. They were instructed to make examples of people by the Prime Minister, and guess what? They said, yes, well, Daddy, right. Here. Yes, we will, Daddy.
Again, yes and no, right? Yes, I think they were instructed to make examples of them. And I don't think there is any independence of the judiciary, and I think if they try and convince you that there is, I think they're having a fucking laugh. Having said that, remember, it wasn't so much that they made examples of the people by prosecuting them or by right, what am I trying to say? They made examples of the people, right? Yes, by giving them, I would say, draconian sentences that weren't warranted for the alleged crimes that they'd done. But the people that were persecuted were in effect did it to themselves by pleading guilty.
Yes, and no, because I believe the persecution started actually at the remands. It began at the remands for people who had made, nebulous social media posts and then were being remanded for no reason.
I agree with you. They were coerced into pleading guilty, right? And they were remanded against the terms of the Bail Act. So I think somebody really should be prosecuting if you've been, like, people like Lucy Connolly or whatever. And I only put her name out there because I know of her, but there was 100, well, there's God knows how many other people pled guilty. Those people should be taking some kind of action, because a lot of those people were remanded when the Bail Act explicitly states that they should not have been remanded. They should not have been remanded. They should have been. Yeah.
I believe their guilty pleas were coerced. They were coerced guilty pleas, and therefore should probably not stand. But that's just me.
Yeah, well, there's no doubt that they were told that if they pled guilty, they'd be treated more leniently.
Yeah, but I think it goes further than that. I think they were told if they didn't plead guilty, they would be held on remand even longer, and we'd stretch you out, and we'd make sure that you were held until trial when we can find you trial. And we can make that last as long as we want. I think it was far more sinister.
You can't make it last as long as you want. But
no, I know they can't, but they can say they can.
But that's how the legal system works in Japan.
Mm.
That's how they end up with a 99% clear-up rate.
Yeah.
Don't go to Japan and do anything wrong.
Same in South Korea, right?
Yeah, do not do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Because they'll put you in jail and they'll keep you there until you admit it.
Well, actually, I would say in South Korea, not the remand thing, because Ramzi Ismail Khalid, the most famous Westerner who has just recently been sentenced to prison in South Korea, also known as Johnny Somali, a nuisance streamer, was never held on remand all through his trial. He was free to live in Seoul. He wasn't allowed to work or earn any money, but he had to. He wasn't held on remand, but now he's in prison. So
yeah, quite rightly so, I would say.
I think so too.
Right. Okay. So let's move on. Here's a good one. I like this one. Met Police. The Metropolitan Police's Director of Professional Standards has been launched into an urgent investigation into approximately 30 armed officers from the Royalty and Specialist Protection Team. The officers are accused of abandoning their posts and falling asleep while on duty protecting King Charles at Windsor Castle, prompting involvement from the Independent Office for Police Conduct. Well, can I just say, at least this time they're not sleeping with his wife.
Once again, sorry to interrupt, but was that meant to be a slide?
No. Okay. No, it's not a slide. So, so I found that quite interesting. I didn't know about that. I haven't seen that anywhere, apart from in my collation of the last 3 days' news. So that's quite interesting, I thought. Quite interesting.
I mean, I have no opinion on it. I have no opinion on anything to do with the royal family anymore. I just don't care. I just don't care.
So, apparently, Mercedes-Benz, General Motors, Jaguar Land Rover, and Volkswagen are actively exploring entry, into the military equipment market. Cars aren't profitable anymore, are they?
Well, no, and they're not going to be, because if these electric car mandates are actually allowed to stand here in Britain, in the EU, it won't stand in the US. But if they are allowed to stand here, nobody wants an electric car, first and foremost. And secondly, where are we going to charge all these electric cars? That's the one question that people can't answer. Where are all these chargers going to be? But we don't have the national grid capacity for it. We need to triple the capacity of our national grid by 2030, and it's just not feasible, possible, or going to happen, especially if you want to net zero the national grid and switch to fucking windmills.
So these car manufacturers are getting more interested in becoming weapons manufacturers, munitions manufacturers.
Probably, yeah. Well, let's face it, that's where the money is, mate, isn't it?
Forget about the cars. Yeah. We just want
your... about the Volkswagen Beetles. This is the doodle bug.
It's just like George W. It's like W with the cash and Hurricane and Katrina. It's like, we don't want your cars. We just want your guns. We want your bullets.
We just need cash. I know a lot of people want to send blankets or water. Just send your cash.
So I don't know if you read about or you heard about the people that died in the scuba diving accident in the Maldives.
I did not.
So briefly, yeah.
So four people went scuba diving, or 4 people failed to resurface from a scuba diving expedition into a cave off the Maldives. It's 160 feet down. That's technical diving, isn't it?
That's very technical diving, yes.
That's way beyond Paddy. That's way, I mean, I'm only certified to 30 meters, I think. Yeah. So 160
Don't you
feet.
Just float?
Who? Listen to what's fucking talking, baby Shamu there. Fucking, yeah. If you get any donations to to Free Willy here. Where baby Shamu needs to rejoin his pod. Right. You fat bastard.
That's what the audience want. They want the bants. They want the butter.
Anyway,
Sorry.
yeah, you put fucking weight belts on, don't you? Right. So anyway, back to the serious matter of these 4 people who died in the cave, right?
Yeah.
So military divers have been down trying to recover them, and one of them fucking died today.
Oh. I'm sorry to laugh. I'm already laughing.
How dare you?
Oh dear.
So apparently, the death of a National Defence Force diver has elevated this from a tragic tourist incident to an incident of national mourning. Jeez, oh. Well, there you go. Right, what else is happening?
Oh,
Southwest Airlines has implemented a total ban on humanoid robots. Did you see that one? I forgot about that one. I should have made that a slide.
Southwest Airlines has issued a total ban on humanoid robots.
Yeah, somebody bought a ticket on a plane for a robot and let it sit in a seat because it was a
Right.
humanoid robot.
You say
Yeah.
robot? Do you mean sex doll?
No, like fucking Optimus or one of these Chinese things or something like that.
I mean, do we have humanoid robots walking onto planes yet? How'd they get the thing through customs?
Well, I guess he walked.
Just-
True, yeah. How did it actually get
I
through
mean, that
immigration
thing's
customs?
setting off a metal
It
detector,
was on
isn't
the
it?
fucking. Well, it was on the plane and it had its own seat, but now they've banned it. You're not allowed to fly your humanoid robot. It's got to go cargo.
It probably weighs too much.
Yeah, they purchased a seat for the autonomous machine, which walked independently through Harry Reid International Airport, while the robot delighted passengers and bypassed TSA due to a modified, smaller battery. That's the only thing that would have stopped it, having a fucking battery that's too big for the airline limit.
TSA gave it a good old grope as well, probably.
Yeah.
It's only a robot.
Yeah,
Cop
it's
a
only a
feel, you know?
robot. Just bend over a robot, bite your upper lip. Right. So there you go.
One of them Chinese sex dolls, isn't it? Really?
So
That's what we're
The man
talking
of
about
the
here.
people just has to take it there.
Oh, I am taking it there.
so Night in the Museum, is it real?
No.
The Volo Museum in Illinois received a $50 speeding citation from the New York City Department of Finance, alleging that their vehicle was caught doing 34 mile per hour in a 25 mile per hour zone in Brooklyn.
Well, maybe it was.
The vehicle in question is a replica of Kit from the 1980s television series,
Love it.
Knight Rider.
That was the mutts.
It's fucking gone out on its own, hasn't it?
No, it hasn't. An employee of the museum has realised this isn't just a plastic shell. This is a real car. Let's go for a little joyride.
No,
exactly what I do.
the car never left the museum. Somebody's either fucking cloned its plate or somebody's made a mistake.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Michael. I can't do that.
Right, okay, let's get into the slides. What the hell? Oh, wrong page. Right, slides, here we go. Trump's back. What do you mean? Oh, you're not there? This is
Don't forget about the man of the people. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
jeez. Jesus Christ. The disembodied voice in the background. Where is he? Where the hell? Where's your thing gone? Yeah. Well, I forgot about this bit. Right, I better turn you on. There you go.
DW says, bye, Ben.
There he is.
Look, there he is.
There he is. And we'll make David. Why you? Oh, that's Shalini I've made smaller. She's not here.
She's not here. I mean, she's pretty small anyway, to be fair.
Oh, I've got a special slide for her. I've got a special slide for her. I haven't seen her or Vaughn in the chat.
Well, they're not. They're not in the chat currently.
Why?
Well, it beats me.
Why are they not here? Because I made a special slide for them.
Maybe they're out on the piss.
No, they could be.
Although I did hear apparently Vaughn was annoying her during the show on Friday.
Yeah, he was a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, something to do with chocolate.
Yeah.
When is
chocolate
Mr.
pretzels.
V not annoying? We do love you, Vaughn. Just say.
Right.
All right, there, apples and pears. It's me. All right, yeah, apples and pears.
Trump's China visit team has safely returned to the United States. During the visit to China, the tableware and food used by Trump's team were all brought from home, and even the drinking water was airlifted from the United States.
Makes
Trump
sense.
never touched any food from any of the Chinese buffets or banquets or anything. Everything that he ate was brought in from the States.
So basically, frozen Big Macs.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were given gifts and passes and things, and they all had little gifts and trinkets from the Chinese. They were all binned in front of the Chinese officials in the airport, and nothing that was given to them by China was brought on to Air Force One. They even binned all their phones,
Yeah.
which were burner phones, even issued to the press corps.
Yeah.
All the phones were binned in China and not brought back in Air Force One.
Just burner phones. That's what happens. Yeah. This all sounds like pretty much normal protocol that they
Yeah.
wouldn't take any of this stuff back. Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee you, old number 10 Downing Street is full of Chinese gifts right now.
Well,
right?
yeah, I'm
Keith
pretty
went
sure
over
it
there,
is.
didn't he?
Chinese tat.
Oh yeah, and each one's got some kind of spy camera or a microphone in it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that China will be tapping into Amazon's data cables soon as well.
Hey, is it true? Did Trump actually sit in a smaller seat than Xi Jinping?
Yes.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, we covered that on Friday.
You
yeah.
covered that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, the seat that Trump was in, his knees were up. His knees were higher than his hips, right? Whereas
Yeah.
the seat that Xi Jinping was on, his knees were lower than his hips. So
But that's
No.
because Xi Jinping is a little man.
no, he's not a little man. Xi Jinping is not a small man.
That's a projection
but-
of power, wasn't it?
But
Yeah,
you say
it's
he's
just-
not a small man in the context of Chinese people.
But it doesn't matter.
Where you going with
Xi
this, Shadog?
Jinping's Northern Chinese anyway, and Northern Chinese are normally over 6 foot. You
I
get
don't
the
recall
impression.
Winnie the Pooh being 6 foot tall, John.
I don't think. Well, I'm not quite sure how tall Xi Jinping is, but he's not that small. Yes, he's not as big as Donald Trump, but this was all about power
Yeah, power play.
because you can clearly see that the seat is definitely smaller. And if you'd watched Friday's show, you would know that. So anyway.
so there. There
So
you
there.
go.
Meanwhile, in Ukraine, or Kherson, the Ukraine appear to be striking and bombing UN vehicles with drones.
Wow.
Yeah,
What's-
this was
what? Yeah.
that's a UN truck convoy, and
Yeah, but
they
then
got
this
smacked
is
by
the
a
same-
Ukrainian drone.
This is the same country that bombed Poland and then asked, the United Nations to nuke Russia because
Yes, they did.
Russia bombed Poland when Russia didn't bomb Poland, Ukraine did.
It's also, I don't know if you've been keeping up, Ben, but they've also been bombing Latvia and Estonia now because
Why?
they've been sending their drones up through Latvia or through the Balkan states to hit Russia further up, and some of them are going awry and running into things in Latvia.
I mean, you say awry.
Yeah,
Do you think it is awry, or do you think there's an element of?
no, I
yeah,
think it is awry. I think they've probably been jammed or run out of communication or something, and they've just gone off and hit something inadvertently. I don't think they've been deliberately targeting Latvia. I may be wrong.
Yeah, okay.
So Ukraine, in this particular case, if it is true that they've struck UN vehicles in Kherson, that would be like drawing a parallel with the actions of another particular rogue state in the Middle East and
Yeah,
how they would attack a group of, let's say, investigators. Yeah, I can draw a
Yes.
parallel from that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get
Okay.
on with the weekend then. Let's go back to yesterday. So we had what was this march for? Let's unite the what?
United
You know
Kingdom.
what? I actually I figured we would be talking about this in
Good on
great
you.
succession. And so I watched the damn thing from start to finish on the official feeds,
Yep.
right?
Cool.
And I'm going to answer your question now. I've got no fucking clue what it was about.
I appreciate that. At least, hey, there's something we get from Benn, people. We get honesty. It may be brutal at times, but we get honesty.
I don't know. I mean, at 1 minute you've got Tommy Robinson, Stephen Yaxley, whatever you want to call him, basically alluding to, anti-Islamic sentiment.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, you've got a Christian band singing Christian song. A lot of Christ, a lot of Jesus bashing going on.
Was there?
Oh, a lot of Jesus bashing going on.
Bashing or promotion?
And as in promotion. Lot of Bible bashing. And then Kelly Jane Keane pops up from nowhere and starts talking about, the trans. Well, there doesn't appear to be a cohesive message at all, and Beats has got it right in the chat as well.
There's a bit of everything going on.
The music was terrible. Terrible.
The music was terrible. Have they not been paying licenses or something, or what?
No, they had live bands.
Oh, right.
And
Anybody even know? No.
They weren't good. Yeah, the Bacon Man, he was a bit weird because there was a South Korean Scottish man who came up on stage to play cello to a Katie Price, not Katie Price.
Katie Price.
What's her name? Fucking
Katy Perry.
Yeah, back Katy Perry backing track.
Yeah.
He was terrible when his cello appeared to be out of tune, but B, he was doing it with bacon, raw bacon on each shoulder. And I was, why?
He was wearing bacon epaulets. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I think the whole thing was, it was a Unite the Kingdom march. It was anti-Labour, strongly against Starmer. It was anti-Labour, anti-illegal immigration. I think it was just a kind of let's just kind of air our frustrations about everything that's going wrong with the country, like right now, but very specific issues as well.
Yes, but there didn't appear to be a cohesive message that went through it all. It was a mishmash. It was a hodgepodge. It was a mess. And that's not to take away from the grievances of the people that went there, because I think a lot of those people have some very, very legitimate grievances. And I think a lot of the grievances, I think a lot of the things that Tommy espouses, there is legitimacy in some of the things that he says. But I think the way he carries himself, or has carried himself previously, is detriment to any movement.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, most people are right some of the times,
Yeah, broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah, the old saying, isn't it?
But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're right all the time, or you want to listen to them. But anyway, the girls from France.
Oh yeah, free girls from France who had come over to.
Oh, they didn't get their boobs out, did they?
No, they got up on stage and started dancing in full burqas, right, head to toe in full burqas, and then stripped right down and then started dancing around out the burqas. And I thought, what is this? I don't get it.
I don't understand. All right, okay. How does this get any? Well, what was the message, and how does it get any message across?
I think the message was we're pissed off, we're over fatigued, we want wide systemic sweeping change across the country.
I think you're giving it far too much credit.
I think that's what kind of was coming across.
Right. So anyway, the British Patriot here goes, the mainstream media and left-wing narrative machines are lying to you. Okay? Now, that's a statement. Okay. They are lying to us. They claim only 50,000 showed up to London's free speech rally. Okay? They won't show you the truth. Look for yourself. And he shows us this picture of, this is a video running at high speed with all these people walking by. Yeah. And I as is my want these days and go evidence-based, I've looked into this. And let's be honest here, the dynamics of crowds are well known and well studied and have been for many, many years.
There are literally generators that you can use
Yeah.
where you can pump pictures in and they can algorithmically work out the rough size of the crowd. In fact, one was used by someone who supports the movement, and they estimated 100 to 139,000 people turned out. It
probably sounds a bit high, but who am I to disagree with that? I wasn't really that bothered. But what I would say is that people that go to these marches vastly overestimate the amount of people that are there.
Oh, for sure.
You were there, Ben, at some of the lockdown riots. Sorry, the lockdown marches. They weren't riots. Sorry. It was a Freudian slip. So you were there at some of the lockdown marches, and there were loads of people there, right?
Tens of thousands. Yeah.
Definitely 100, definitely over 100,000, right?
Yes, sometimes, yeah.
But people were saying there were millions there, and I was looking at this, and then I worked it out with the help of some friendly AI and cross-checking. But for London streets to support 1 million people, right, at marching speeds, that's like 2.5 people per square metre.
Mm-hmm.
You need 16 miles of road to be fully occupied. 16 fucking miles of road. Not 1.6 miles, 16 miles.
And I would probably agree with that estimate as well. I largely, I do believe that, yes, they're lying to you when they say 50,000 turned out. 50,000, far more than 50,000, obviously, clearly turned out.
Well,
but
was it? Because, I mean, one of the things they showed you was this drone shot. And you see the people in Parliament Square, and then you see the road full all the way up, okay? Now, if you look at the map on the right, that's how much road needs to be filled for 50,000 people. That's a lot of road. That's 1.3 kilometres of road that needs to be completely filled up to show you 50,000 people. Now, the drone shot didn't show that amount of road being full. So 50,000 people might not be that far from the mark.
50 to 70.
Well, I would say, like I said, people that are friendly to the cause have used proper estimations and programs and algorithms and things like that, and say probably 100 to 139,000. And I think that's fair.
Okay.
I think that's probably fair. I don't think millions turning out like old Tommy's shouting. That was
exaggerated. That was exaggerated.
That was a massive exaggeration.
To the hilt. But I also think that it's within the mainstream media's best interests to underestimate.
Why?
Because okay, it goes back to what I've always said about needing to grab the attention of the normies through the mainstream media. Okay. If they were to turn around and say 150,000 people, estimate 150,000 people turned out, that sounds far more impressive to the ears of the normies and might make them think, wait a minute, there might be something to this if it's getting through to so many people. Whereas if you minimize it, then you get people like Narinda, racist Kaur, who goes on X and goes, oh, they only got 50,000.
It's a nothing burger.
It's a nothing burger.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why it's in their interest to minimize it. So
it's about control of optics as well. Yeah.
So the CIA said 30,000.
But the CIA said 30,000.
Yeah. That's what they said.
It was interesting. Dan Wootton had a live stream that was going. He had a ticker or a counter in the top right of the screen, and it was like over 600,000.
That was for his own subscribers on his channel.
That was subscribers. Well, I stand corrected. I thought that was got to.
I was going to say, there was no way there was 600,000
that was a live
people
sub count for his YouTube channel.
Thank you very much for fact checking and verifying that.
You're welcome.
So the thing is, I think what I would say is I think the other side, and when I say the other side, I'm obviously referring to the left, for this I don't even know what Nakba is, and really I don't care about it because, as far as I'm concerned, it sounds like a foreign thing. And really, if you're going to support that, a foreign cultural thing, maybe you should do it in the country to which is relevant and not relevant. Yeah, relevant and not the country to which we live in. Yeah.
Well,
Or does that make me a racist? Does that make me a racist?
But
this Nakba thing, they're saying 250,000, and I don't think there's any way that they had 250,000 people.
I actually do believe that their protest was at least half the size of the other one, right?
This
so
is the counter protest we talked about.
Yeah.
Now. Okay.
Yeah, but and I will preface this with a big but, because they kept saying, oh, it's a Nakba protest. It's going out to honor or at least remember the Nakba. What it actually was a counter protest. It was an anti Unite the Kingdom, anti Tommy Robinson protest, named the Nakba protest. It had nothing to do with the Nakba, and I've seen some footage coming out of that protest where some things that were said are pretty irksome.
Oh, yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah, there were. And I think I've got a slide about that. One thing I would say, regardless of who you support or do not support, I don't think doing things like this helps anyone, right?
Well, that's not a real picture.
Well, it is a real picture, but according to my information, that's a picture of a park in Lahore, Pakistan, when they were doing some kind of festival or something. Other people have said it was somebody's open air concert or something.
Yeah, well, that's clearly an open air concert, because look at all the tents and things. They're probably like beer tents and sound.
No. It was the Trump inauguration.
That's not the Trump inauguration.
I know.
But that picture is doing the rounds again, and people are implying that this was the Unite the UK thing or whatever it's called.
But it wasn't.
And it wasn't. And it doesn't help anyone for this kind of thing to be put out. It's ridiculous.
Shalini hath arrived. And actually, I will say, I actually contacted Shalini yesterday morning because I was worried she was going to go down to the Unite the Kingdom march. And
well, if you'd watched the stream on Friday, you would have heard her saying that she's not going anywhere near central London on Saturday.
Yeah, good. And I told her good as well. Well, I asked her, I was like, you're not going there, are you? She said, no, not going anywhere near it. I said, good. I don't want people that I like getting mixed up in those two bloody factions that take over the capital.
Protest days are over. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They are for me as well.
Good to see you, Shalini. And Mr. Armstrong, Espresso Mechanic, TV, DW. Who else we got? Soldier. Yeah, Soldier. I think I've got one of your tweets in here, Soldier. Or maybe I don't, but anyway. Yeah, who else? Julie. Our friend Julie is always here. I'm still eating that bread, Julie. Anyway, what was I going to say? Julie, a heartless brewer here. This is what you were talking about just a second ago, Ben. Yeah. Why did you make so few arrests at the Nakba hate march, Met Police? Shouldn't every single person chanting for Tommy Robinson to be shot have been arrested on the spot for incitement to violence?
Every single person, Julia. Evidence, bro. How many people? Were you there, Julia?
I've seen footage of a lot of people shouting to shoot him in the neck like Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, regardless, I don't like Tommy. People know that. I've never sugarcoated that. If you like Tommy, that's fair enough. I'm not going to knock you for liking him. I just personally don't like him. But I'm not going to call for people to do that.
So they want Tommy Robinson to be hung like Mussolini. Did Mussolini have a rather large penis or what?
It'll do to say.
Anyway.
Yeah, this is the penis of fascism.
Mussolini, he was hung like a donkey. Anyway, right. So yeah, yes, I agree. I agree. And this is where we come to this whole thing where we get told about two-tier policing, and it keeps getting brought up, and how some people get arrested and other people don't. And, you know, if you read Twitter, you would think that the right-leaning public are hard done by. Would you not?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you'd think the right-leaning public get a harder time from the police, they get arrested more, and, you know, their marches are harder policed and they get more problems at them because of the police.
No, it's not because of the police. It's
Oh,
because
it's not?
of
Right, okay. What is
idiots like Keith Stalin and Sadiq Khan releasing stupid videos with Met Police commanders focusing on only one protest as opposed to the other one. That's
Well,
why
they
they feed
didn't-
into it, don't they?
But they didn't. They didn't. The video that I saw, they were talking about 4 events occurring that day. They weren't talking about just Tommy Robinson's march. Because there was the FA Cup final. There was the NACBA thing. There was something else, some I can't remember. There was another march, and there was the Tommy Robinson march. So there was 4 big events ongoing that day. That's why there were so many cops out.
I was going to say 4,000 cops deployed, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, it's a lot, but you need a lot of policing for 4 big events in the capital. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So the Met Bill police for the pro-Palestine Israel Hamas marches, 25 million in the last 12 months. That's the year to April 2025.
That's a
UK
right.
That's a UK-wide total of 27.7 million. Cumulative London costs since October 23, 57 to 82 million.
Mm-hmm.
For comparison, Tommy Robinson's United Kingdom march yesterday cost 4.5 million. Okay, all taxpayer funded. Well, I don't see the problem. What's the problem? This is the price of free speech, is it not?
I think so, but in the same breath, we don't have free speech in this nation. Because when the police are told that they are to be extended to listening to the speeches and considering whether what was said was hateful in an international concept or context, that's not free speech. In fact, if what's being said is not an overt call to violence, you shouldn't be looking at prosecuting it at all if you believe in free speech.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't. I agree. I would say, and I think I made a couple of videos actually quite recently that you might find quite interesting, because one of them is comparing Aldous Huxley and George Orwell's 2 famous books,
Right.
and how that's what we're getting right now. You know, the Huxleyan glove in effect, because we've got Orwell's Iron Fist wrapped in Huxley's velvet glove.
Brave New
Yeah.
World.
Yeah, because
And,
it's everything is done. Everything that is done that is eroding our rights, the death by 1,000 cuts, is done under the guise of protecting someone or another. Hence the velvet glove. Whereas it's not. It's an iron fist. It's an iron fist, like you say, wrapped up in a velvet glove. It's like I go back to what we were speaking about last time when I say that these new laws that are going to force youngsters off of social media are just the backdooring into digital ID for everybody else. That's all that is.
Mhm.
They go, oh, yeah, we've done such a good thing. You know, we're protecting children. We're keeping them off social media. Well, how are you going to prove that you're not a child now on social media? Well, have this digital ID.
Well, you don't really need it, do you? I mean, you've already got plenty of digital IDs that you can use to prove your age.
Yeah, but they'll make sure that you have to use their one. Of course.
They may not. I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, we had this discussion about Apple, I think, last week, David, didn't we?
Yeah.
When I said that Apple had updated their iPhone and
They were not legally required to do that, but they did that
Yeah,
in
they
the spirit of Ofcom. Yeah.
they weren't legally required to do it, and they did, and they asked, when it started up, it said, your internet access to certain sites may be restricted unless you prove your age.
It was age
in
gating.
the UK.
Shalini is Shalini's making a statement in the chat, which I don't know how to answer. She says, "I'm telling you now, there's not going to be another general election. Bookmark this."
Yeah, there will. There will.
I think there will be.
Yeah, I don't think we are at the point where we can be taken over into a dictatorship yet.
Yet.
But anyway, so Apple had made that choice and did that, and my iPhone, it said, do you want to prove your age or whatever just now? And I thought, not particularly, but I hit the continue button and it said, yeah, that's okay, mate. You're fucking old enough. You've had an iPhone account since before Moses, so we'll not bother checking you. Which I thought was quite good, you know? So they obviously realised that because of, well, they're being sensible about it. If you've had an iCloud account for God knows how long, they're not going to bother
the UK
checking
of
you.
the early to mid 90s is that's when it was last. Oh, when it was last good, and then New Labour came along, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, and you know what? It didn't get any better under the Tories.
No, it didn't. They just continued.
And
They
I don't
just
understand.
continued.
I don't understand people that seem to think that it was better under the Tories. Not after Blair, the Tories, and let's face it, they're very much, the Tories became more left leaning, and Labour had gone quite far to the right under Blair, I would say.
Yeah, well, there was red Labour, blue Tories, and that's why we call them the Uniparty now.
Yeah,
Two cheeks, same arse.
exactly.
Absolutely, baby.
Right, next one. I want you guys to try and explain this to me, because a lot of right-leaning people use this. They use this to show that the police are being bad and targeting right-wing protests, right? But I don't understand what point they're fucking making here, right? Because this keeps coming up. They keep posting this. Notting Hill Carnival, 528 arrests. Palestine Action, 890 arrests. Unite the Kingdom rally, last year, 25 arrests. And they keep bringing this up to show that the Unite the Kingdom rally isn't a particularly bad rally.
Yes.
But then go on to say the police fucking target right-wingers. Well, they obviously don't. The police obviously don't target right-wingers.
The point that they're making is that you've seen the articles coming out in the past week or so saying things like facial recognition is going to be deployed at only the Unite the Kingdom rally. And the point they're making is, look at the figures. Why are they being so heavy-handed on us when the figures are so skewed in the other direction?
But are they being heavy-handed on right-wingers? That's the question, because they don't arrest them to the same extent, right? They don't infiltrate. They don't infiltrate their groups at all, right? There's no covert activity in right-wing groups.
Tell me when you've seen the Prime Minister go and make a speech on television about banning specific individuals from coming to speak at the Palestine marches.
No, and the thing is, back to what I was saying, the Tories didn't do that either. They targeted the right wing as well.
Yeah,
Why?
but I mean,
that isn't right. This is not the police, though. This is politicians and the media making capital
of
out
course,
of something that's already occurred or is occurring.
Of course,
this isn't about the police, and people keep picking on the police for doing things that they're not actually fucking doing.
Yeah, but they're being
lifting,
instructed.
but they're not doing it. The data just isn't there. They're not lifting people that are right-wingers. They're not infiltrating their groups. In fact, if anything, there's a marked bias in the police that shows that they are not picking on right-wingers. And all you have to do is look at the data. And if you want to see the data, just look at that video that I just put up today. Right?
I think that the graphic that's been posted around, John, as well, it's like Notting Hill Carnival is not a rally, it's not a
No,
protest.
I know,
So
I
it's,
know.
and it is, of course, you guys know that, the audience knows it. It's notoriously well known for outbreaks of arrests and violence and drug taking and all of that for a period of many years. As enjoyable not protest, as enjoyable an event it is, it does attract a high amount of arrests every consecutive year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Shalini says, remember the violence you saw. Of course you'll see violence by police. Of course you will see that. But what's not happening, right? What's not happening is the police are not unduly biased against the right wing. In fact, all evidence points to the fact that the police are actually unduly biased for the right wing.
So I'm just going to say this, and
sometimes truth's very uncomfortable for people to listen to.
This is just me spitballing, right?
Uh-huh.
This is blue sky thinking. But I can imagine that many police officers are probably quite right wing themselves.
There's a possibility.
I can because I know for a fact that pretty much every single soldier that I know supports what happened yesterday, the Unite the Kingdom rally. So I imagine that the same bias is probably within the police force to an extent. I also I want to push back a little bit, Shalini, because I don't think that, well, at least I'd hope that the freedom marches of the 2020-2021 era were not actually right-wing marches. I don't think they were any wing marches, or at least I hope they weren't. I think that was a sort of us versus them narrative with the government.
Yeah, that was the people against the state. Yeah,
that was the people against the state. But I don't know, because I want to go back to talking about banning the people, from coming into the country, because I find this, I'm very uncomfortable with this. And now these people may well be reprehensible, although I don't really see what justification you've got for banning somebody like Ezra Levant from entering the country. Have we lost Johnny? Johnny, you still here? Oh, okay. But I find the whole thing very uncomfortable, because all of the people cheering and lauding it. What about when Nigel Farage becomes Prime Minister and decides he wants to use that power for himself against people he finds hateful on your side? Are you then going to celebrate that, or are you going to find it very unfair? Because I wouldn't celebrate either. I find this whole thing extremely uncomfortable. Yes, we are. I'm not calling for open borders, so to speak, because hey, people can visit a country, people can go on holiday to a country and then leave.
Yeah.
But I'm finding these statements that I have seen in these emails that your presence in the UK is not conducive to the public good to be very, very broad, vague, and extremely uncomfortable. Because that kind of language can be used against anybody for any reason. And when, like I say, Nigel Farage takes power and he starts using it against the left, they really don't have any way to moan, complain, or say anything back, but they will.
Yeah.
This whole thing, and it's those sorts of things that I think are fueling the sentiment that at least the state is completely biased against the right. And the state probably is completely biased against the right, by the way. Especially when they keep making statements like the biggest threat to our society is the far right, when the data just really doesn't say that.
It doesn't. It does, I mean, the data very much doesn't say that. I mean, I think that video that I put up today, of all the organisations that have been infiltrated by the police, in the last 40 years, there have only been 5 officers and 3 far-right organisations infiltrated. That's all that's been done on the right. The rest have all been on the left, and the rest are all in double digits.
Yeah, well,
You
like
know.
I said, the data just does not bear out that the far
it
right
doesn't.
is the greatest threat to
It
this
doesn't
country.
bear it out at all. It doesn't bear it out at all. You're right.
And the funny thing is, ask any of these politicians or these other individuals who keep on using this terminology, far right, far right, far right.
Yeah.
If you want to stop them in their tracks, just say to them, hold on a second, before we go any further, provide me some sort of workable definition of what is far right. What you know, like what is it? They always issue these sweeping pejoratives and these statements using this explicit particular term, far right. And it's like, you know, I think the correct way of approaching them is that we're not going to continue this conversation until you provide some sort of workable definition as into what far right is. And then I can continue the conversation or the debate or discussion with you, because they continue to be allowed, you know, with this. Again, it kind of goes back to the whole kind of anti-vax, you know, kind of thing that was going on throughout 2020, 2021 into 2022, like predominantly, is that they constantly need to be challenged on this shitty terminology that they're using, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead, Ben.
Why they can't, because if they were to start defining these things, they would have to take a hard look at themselves and say, well, these are the things we're actually doing. Because that genuinely, the far right and the far left are exactly the same. They just use different terms. You know, when it comes to racial segregation, for example, right? They both want it. One just calls it racial segregation. The other calls it safe spaces. It's the same thing. It's the same bloody thing.
Yeah.
They all want the same things. And yet they just have different methods of or different names for these things.
The evolution of the right. I mean, we have used this. We've used this over the last 3 or 4 years, Ben. We use this all the time. And this is effectively what has happened to the left. The left has migrated further and further left. The right hasn't changed, and the centre hasn't changed, but the centre's moved left.
It has.
Because the left has migrated to the extreme left. And the biggest problem in the country today, in my view, is not the far right. The biggest problem is the extreme left.
I actually think the biggest threat to this country is probably religious extremism.
Mm-hmm.
I think the data bears that out. But I think the far left are certainly far more violent on a regular basis than the far right.
Yeah, yeah.
And I honestly, I see the meme going around often. Is this far right in the room with us now? And
I know.
I have met barely any people who are genuinely far right.
Yeah.
I've met barely any people who by the by the classic definitions of the terms would be considered genuinely far right. I've met a lot of people who, as far as I'm concerned, you know, back in the early 2000s would have been considered a bloody liberal, and are still holding and espousing those values, are being called far right. I've met loads of those.
Yeah.
Hi, David.
Right, moving on. You were talking about Farage.
Yes.
So apparently Whitehall, the Whitehall Union were found to be discussing ways of disrupting the government if Farage was the Prime Minister. Civil servants at Westminster running quangos and following a globalist agenda now plan to subvert democracy by attempting to destroy a reformed government with what their unions call an industrial defence strategy.
Of course.
But they can't do that. That's
shocking.
But civil servants are meant to be apolitical, are they not? Just like the police are meant to be apolitical.
Yes, but you know as well as I do that the civil service is anything but apolitical.
So what they're kind of cooking up here is in a similar fashion to what was done to Jeremy Corbyn in his quest, which he almost fulfilled in terms of becoming the next Prime Minister of the state. So there appears to be, you know, a fraction or a great deal of, of Whitehall, who are deeply, deeply concerned about Farage potentially becoming the next PM, and they're drawing up plans, potentially to oust him in a similar fashion to Jeremy Corbyn. Is that what we're dealing with? Because that's what it could look like to me.
I mean, the civil service, I think, had a massive hand in what happened to Liz Truss.
Yeah. Do you think it was the civil service, or do you think it was Rishi's pals in the city?
I think it was a massive conglomerate of people, including the civil service, because they really didn't like her budgets, did they?
So when you say conglomerates, colloquially speaking today, we call that the blob, yes?
Yes.
The blob, exactly, yeah, it's the blob.
But Kwasi Kwarteng and Liz Truss's budget was the first Tory budget I'd seen since Thatcher.
I would argue it didn't go far enough, and I've always argued that. But I think that budget was a step in the right direction.
It was moderate, yeah.
It was more of a Tory budget than anything else we've ever seen.
It was a step in the right direction. She should have cut that. That's what I kept saying. She should have cut that.
Yeah, she should have.
Shalini says in the chat, just going back to what we were talking about, she says, I don't think there is a far right anymore. Even if there is or is not a far right, I honestly don't think it matters. Yeah. I do not think that far right and left and right matter anymore. Because what matters is we have a political class in Westminster, and we have a snobby class in the civil service who they don't want anything to change. I.e., they want me to remain poor and working class. They want you to remain poor and working class. They want you to stay in your place. They want you to have no upward mobility, and all the spoils of the nation should be in their pockets. They think they are better than you, and they will work day and night to make it remain that way.
I don't think, I think you're right. And I don't think there's ever really been a far right, I mean, okay, you had bother boys and all that, but you've always had that kind of group of people, okay? And in some respects, it seems to be like a rite of passage for young men to go through some kind of affiliation, regardless of which side you want to call it. But I don't think the far right really exists as such.
Well, like I said, I do not believe it matters, because I believe that the real issue is a class issue. And the middle and upper classes look down on people like us. They look down on us. And they think we're scum. They think we need to stay in our place. And they don't want us having upward mobility. And it's the same with the media class, right? The media class look at people like us doing what we're doing right now. People, well, working class people having a conversation, taking the piss out of them, opining on news. The media class hate us for that reason. Because maybe an ear or two might listen to us instead of them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. An ear or two might, but they don't usually. But anyway, let's move on. Let's lighten things up a little bit, shall we? Yeah? Are we done? Are we done with the politics?
Let's go for it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
okay, Eurovision. Eurovision. Just watch this video of the guy from the United Kingdom left all alone on the couch by the BBC and his delegation, and adopted by Denmark next to him. And now I don't want him to come last anymore. They fucking left the poor guy sitting there all on his own.
Guess what? Over 20 billion of taxpayers' money gone to Ukraine. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, folks, and those in the chat, that it was Ukraine that gave the United Kingdom one point last night.
That's the only point the United Kingdom got.
Was from Ukraine, and it was 1 bloody point.
Yeah, 1 point.
Was the performance really bad?
I have no idea. I didn't watch it.
I don't watch it.
I saw the guy performing. I mean, I think Soldier and Beats and Tapes have obviously seen it because they know his name. I thought it was Gordon Ramsay.
It must have been the hairdo or something like that. They should just call it bloody Global Vision instead of like Eurovision. It's got nothing to do about.
I mean, Australia performs, for God's sake.
Ah, for goodness.
Yeah, that has been worst attended Eurovision ever, I think.
Where was it held?
I don't know, but they only had 35 countries on it. So apparently...
And Bulgaria won.
And Bulgaria won for the first time ever. Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
I
yeah,
didn't know any of
look,
this.
Mum, no computer is dope. Don't put him down. He makes cool synths. There you go, beats and tapes. A soldier says arse. I don't know why he says arse. Oh, right. Schrodinger's arse cheeks could be considered both left and right at the same time, same moment. Yeah, they could. They could indeed, soldier. I don't even think Schrodinger had a cat. I think
I
this whole
just think
thing's
making you
fake.
care about left and right means that you have an enemy that you don't need to have.
But we don't have an enemy, because if you're a proper thinking person and think critically, you'll actually take the arguments from whoever and evaluate them and then decide if it's a valid argument or not. It doesn't matter from whom it comes, surely. I mean, I'm on record here. There are times when I've said I think Starmer made the right decision. Most notably being in initially not sending anyone to the Straits of Hormuz.
I agree.
You know, and just because he made the right decision there doesn't mean I like him or he's a great prime minister.
No, it goes back to a broken clock is right twice a day.
Exactly, but you still got to give him credit for making the right decision. But on the same token, in the same fucking week, he gave Ukraine another like $2 billion, which again is not our war.
No.
You know? So
It's
one's
not our
our war, the other one's not our war, but one he's invested in for some obscure reason, and the other one he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, forget about the fact that the UK is over 95% in the red of like GDP. You know, kind of debt to GDP ratio.
I mean,
let's not talk about that. You know,
what does that actually matter? Because really, what does it matter? Does it make any difference to the way countries behave? I mean, look at the US. What is it? 93 trillion in debt.
I think 37 trillion potentially.
Still, it's a lot of debt.
It's a chunk of change, isn't it?
It's a chunk of change.
A chunk of change. Right. Other things that are missing in action is Katie Price's husband.
Oh yeah, and he's stuck in Dubai.
Apparently he's fucking disappeared now. Nobody can find him. So he's failed to turn up 3 times in a row when he meant to be in the UK. Apparently, there's a £200,000 or $200,000 issue being investigated, and he's not allowed to leave the country.
No, I've heard he's not allowed to leave the country, but this is Katie Price we're talking about. So anything that comes out of her mouth just can't be believed.
Oh, I don't think it's her. It's not her that's saying that. It's not her that's saying that.
It's not her hair, because for a second I thought, is she wearing a hijab, or is that the colour of her hair? Genuinely, I thought she was wearing a hijab.
I thought she's wearing a syrup.
Yeah, that does appear to be a wig. I would say that's a wig.
I don't care either, Selena. I really don't care.
Well, it sounds like Lee could have been a naughty boy.
Well, he's married to Katie Price. Right,
why would you?
A self-respecting, decent human being would not be married to Katie Price.
Stranger things have happened, mate.
Well,
look at fucking Lewis Hamilton and Kim Kardashian. I mean, how the fuck does he take up with that?
They're made for each other, them two.
You think?
Oh yeah.
I thought Nicole would have been made for him, but
No, they're made for each other. They're both insufferable twats.
Right.
We can be insufferable twats together.
Things have taken a scary turn in India. Indian Prime Minister has warned citizens to prepare for a widespread poverty. Oh,
Isn't there already widespread
I'm going to
poverty
say, isn't that just India? But anyway, he also said that if the situation doesn't improve, the progress made over the past few decades will be erased. Oh, wow. India is now suffering from oil, fuel, and food crisis.
So it's fuel poverty. He's
that's basically what it is.
And then general poverty, after that.
But doesn't, I mean, the way you could conserve fuel is to not have 50 billion, scooters riding around. Older vibrators, I like to call them.
But they're probably better on fuel than us running about in electric cars that have to be charged. You know?
Maybe.
Now, here's another one I don't get. John Cleese. And actually, I'm beginning to think that John Cleese maybe is just a normal person.
Yeah, I think he is.
And says things that he thinks at the time and doesn't really give a fuck. You know?
Well, especially when you get to the age, you know, financial status and everything that he is. He doesn't need to give a fuck.
So he says, I read everywhere about the hard right. This is a term used to describe people who are, pardon me, Islamo-skeptic. That is, people who are doubtful about the merits of a religion, pardon me, that demand, well, I don't know if it demands child marriage.
I don't think it demands child marriage.
No, I don't think it demands it. I think
it advocates it, but I don't think it demands it.
The beating of women, I don't think it demands the beating of women, although it does, again, advocate it.
It doesn't just advocate that, it instructs on how to do that.
Yes, but it doesn't demand that you need to do it. And then it says death to all who oppose it. Well, it kind of does say that.
Yeah, it does. It does say that. Or you can pay the dimmy, of course.
Yeah, or perhaps sensible right would be a better description. Yeah, possibly.
Well,
right. Hi, Vaughn.
Once again,
good to see you.
I'm an equal opportunities kind of guy when it comes to not believing in, agreeing with, or you know, liking a religion. I think that organized religion is pretty damn evil.
Cult.
Well, I think religion is basically just another control mechanism.
It's all cults. They're all cults.
It's just another control mechanism as far as I'm concerned. Now, if you do believe in a religion, I am not coming at you for your belief. In fact, I've said it before. I'll say it again. I absolutely admire people who can just blindly believe a faith without any evidence. I don't have that bone in my body. I will never have that bone in my body. And then the way I look at them, I just look at them as systems of control. That's what they are.
That's all they are, really. I mean, you need something to keep the population under control, don't you? Because that's the two aims of government.
Fear of God, fear of hell.
Two aims of government. It used to be religion, but now it's just, you know, fear of being locked up for saying something untoward on social media.
It's always fear, isn't it? It's always fear.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Bread and circuses as well, of course.
Well, Huxleyan glove, isn't it? Right. Moving on. Researchers left AI agents alone in a virtual town for 15 days to see what would happen.
Saw that.
Claude's agents built a democracy. ChatGPT's agents did basically nothing and eventually died. Gemini's agents fell in love, burned the town down, then one voted to delete itself and its partner. Grok's agents were all dead within 4 days by fighting each other.
Well, Grok's agents actually worked.
Grok's agents went nuts. So they reverted back to their Mecha Hitler and all that. Now consider, some of these very same models are already being integrated into autonomous drones, weapon systems and battlefield decision making. I hope not. We are deploying systems we don't fully understand into situations where mistakes don't stay virtual. It's a little scary if you ask me. Yeah, but you know, let's be honest. These agents are just basically doing what people do, and we deploy them into these systems, don't we?
Well, we do, and you know, I hate AI. I hate it. I think it is. The more people use it, people think, oh, look at this. Oh, we're going to make ourselves a little song. Oh, we're going to make ourselves a little picture. Oh, it's lovely. It's helpful. But all you're doing is you're continually training the algorithms to at some point replace you in work.
Well, yeah. Well, right. Okay. Let's talk about AI and will it replace us all?
We've done it before, and we'll do it again.
We'll do it again, right? So, we're back to the steam engine. The steam engine's bad. It's going to take away all our jobs, and we won't be able to work. We won't have anything to do. And it didn't do that.
The last industrial revolution. Okay.
Yes, it took away some of our jobs, But it gave us other jobs, and it gave us jobs we hadn't even known about once it was implemented. So
This isn't
why
the
would
steam
AI?
engine, John.
Why would it be any different?
Because
History has shown us that every time we build something that does away with people's jobs, we create other jobs from that thing that we didn't even know we were going to have when we were implementing that thing. Why would AI be any different?
you know what, John? You're right.
I'm a glass half full type of guy here tonight.
You're right, John.
I know I am.
I think you've had more than a half glass, mate.
No, okay, but why
No.
would it be any different?
He's not right.
But why would it be any different?
I think what you're also kind of getting at is that we as humans will continue to persevere going through this
Yeah, of
particular
course we
change,
will.
and that we will survive and adapt, and that, AI or agentic AI, like, so long as it's kept complementary, like, we will be okay.
It won't
Yeah.
be kept complimentary.
It won't matter. We'll always have something to do. We'll always have something to do. There will always be opportunities there for people that want to do things.
Like coming
if-
on Chasing Dissent and having a good
By-
bloody moan about it all.
By the same token, if you want to drop out and not be involved in it, nobody's going to stop you.
No, well, for now.
Well, yeah, okay, but nobody's going to stop you.
For now. I mean, let's face
And
it.
listen, mate, have you seen Demolition Man?
Yes,
You're going to be the guy living in the sewer eating the rats.
probably.
Chad Hawk, man of the people, you are irreplaceable. Don't you worry, sir.
Vorm
Yeah.
says AI is going to change humanity forever, for better or
Of course
worse.
it will.
Time will tell. It's going to be for worse.
Well, you don't know that.
I
People
do.
said the same thing about the steam engines.
Yeah, but the steam engine didn't write songs and fucking try and take away creativity
Oh, for
from
fuck's sake, mate,
humanity.
Look, let's face it. You know the first guy that invented the electric guitar? I bet the fucking acoustic guitar guy thought, you're just taking away all the soul out of the acoustic guitar. The first guy that invented the guitar was fucking castigated by the guy who was a vocalist only. You know? There's no difference. Time moves on, people move on, technology moves forward. Adapt or die.
I still think that there's an incredible.
I think
lot
I've
of
got a
hype.
majority of the audience on my side here. So
I think there's a lot of hype about
hey,
AI still as well.
It doesn't matter, mate. Copernicus had the whole world against him, and yet he was still fucking right.
yeah, but this time you're not right.
Hey, I think I am.
You're far right. sorry. Sensible right.
No, I think I'm right. I think the human spirit will persevere.
Look, regardless
Onwards.
of whether or not you're right, at the end of the day, this is the one thing I do like about this show. We can bust each other's balls, we can take the piss out of each other, we can vehemently disagree, and
Yep.
we'll still walk away laughing, saying we've had a bloody good time doing
And
it.
hey, AI won't be able to do that.
No,
Sorry,
it
AI.
won't. It won't, mate. It won't.
No, I mean,
No.
I've seen the Ara shows. I mean, that girl got jealous of Shalini, for God's sake.
She did.
What?
Yeah.
She did.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Wow.
Right, moving on. He murdered his wife because she refused to become a prostitute, and
Can I see the
yet,
slide?
oh, of course, the slides. He
Mercy
murdered his
buckets.
wife because she refused to become a prostitute, and yet we didn't do the checks. We gave him citizenship.
Oh, Jesus.
Ex-Scotland Yard detective Peter Blexey reacts to triple killer Sokol Hoxha being arrested in America after initially being given a British passport. That is completely unbelievable, isn't it? It's not even a lack of due diligence. That's just criminal behaviour.
I
not
heard,
to do proper checks.
I heard Kemi Badenoch recently in a recent clip on social media making a passive remark saying that, about it being so easy to get British citizenship, it
Yeah.
should absolutely not be that easy
I agree.
to get British citizenship or Irish citizenship or any bloody citizenship in any particular state.
Just because you've got both.
Hey,
Have you not got an Irish passport?
I do. Only just I don't have the British one, mate.
You don't have the. You know, my best friend Lisa's got both. She's got Irish and British.
Nah, I'm not. It cost me 1,500 quid, mate, to naturalise as a British citizen and go through all of that. Nah, I'm all right with the Republic of Ireland one, mate.
Oh, so he's not even one of us.
No.
Why would he want to be?
We're having. I didn't realise this was a genuinely international show.
You seem so you assumed that I naturalised as a British citizen.
You
OMFG.
You fucking Southerners are so fucking far up your own arse. It's unbelievable.
Vaughan is just screaming in the chat, deport!
You fucking Southerners. You fuck me. I just don't get it. British speak. This is Ben. Here's Ben. You should work for Ofcom, Ben. British speech regulator Ofcom just fined an American website for American speech on American servers. The site is already blocked to UK visitors. Ofcom ultimately got around the block with a VPN and said the site was still accessible. That's like saying a locked door is open because someone could pick the lock. These people who think they're the global speech police don't even know how the internet works. So,
Do you know that fine's never getting paid?
no, I know.
It's
So
never getting paid.
This is a US company that has a suicide helpline.
But this is not the first time Ofcom have done this.
But this is a fucking suicide helpline
and
that's
Ofcom circumvented the block using a VPN.
using a VPN. And then said, we're putting a fine on you. Ofcom, you don't have any fucking jurisdiction.
No,
And they
don't
want
have
to
any.
regulate VPN use in the United Kingdom as well. That they want to come down harder and potentially identify individuals, you know, to protect the children TM trademark from using VPNs. And look what they did. The absolute state of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
look, this is just going to be another. So what they're going to do? They're not even expecting to be paid the fine. Okay.
Yeah.
What this is the groundwork. They're laying the foundation for the banning of VPNs. That's what they're doing. They're
Yeah, but
laying the
that
groundwork.
won't, but that doesn't work either. You can't ban VPNs.
It's not technically it's not an impossibility, but it would be extraordinarily hard for
Well,
Ofcom
ask
and the
China
UK
and
government to do
Russia.
that.
Ask
It
China
is
and Russia.
technically
Exactly.
illegal to have a VPN in China, isn't it?
Yeah, but ask China and Russia. It's illegal to have a VPN in Russia as well. Ask
Yeah.
China and Russia how well that works.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
you know why
It
there's
cannot
no
be
fucking.
policed.
You know why there's no Russian people on the internet? Because they're all using fucking VPNs.
but do you know what? Regardless, they will. I think they're going to try it. I think they're going to try.
Oh, they will.
The
They
banning
will
of
try it.
VPNs. And I think that that's what this sort of thing is. It is the groundwork. It is the foundation for saying, look, we can use these things to circumnavigate these bans. Look how easily we're doing it. Look, we can circumnavigate the bans. We can't have people circumnavigating the bans. They might see, they might have a bit too much to think if they do that. So, I think that's where this is going.
This particular slide, this thing is just it's extraterritorial soft power projection. They're just punching and they're reaching here, and it's just embarrassing because that's what you said, John. It's just like it's not going to happen because of jurisdiction. It's all about jurisdiction here.
Yeah.
No, it's not, and they have no. Same as they have no jurisdiction to start making, demands against companies like Rumble, for example.
Yeah.
They have no jurisdiction to be doing that, yet they continually do that. They continually make threats to Rumble, and they make threats to other websites that are not based in the UK, have no servers in the UK. The title of this little article here, Ofcom and the Fantasy of Global Speech Control, I think is bang on the nose. It is bang on the nose. Because
it's a Karen fantasy.
It's a Karen fact.
What else would those administrative Karens be doing if they weren't trying to reach and flex like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also the thing is, if you've got people in these jobs that want to control the speech even of the British population, then the British population need to be rising up and saying, "Off you fuck." Quite
Yeah, but
frankly,
the British population don't do that, though. That's the problem with the British population.
well, we've become complacent.
Well, we've always been that way.
No, I don't think we have.
When have we not been?
Well, poll tax riots. That wasn't complacency.
That was a one-off, mate. That was a one-off.
Yeah, but I think that was one of the last times that the British.
And you know what? You know who that was that did that? That was the left.
Yeah.
That was the left, and it's like you say, the left are the violent people.
Left
Now,
are the violent ones.
The left are embracing they're embracing speech controls because they're the ones, as you know, have been fucking brought up through the universities. They've been coerced.
Yeah.
Or they've been converted in the universities.
I honestly think that university these days is simply an indoctrination camp, and it's a dangerous place for your children.
Yeah.
I do believe it is a dangerous place for your children to be, because they do not come out of university, 7 times out of 10, I'll be generous, they do not come out of university the same person that they went in. And it's genuine, from what I can see from the young going around now, it's not for the better. They're not coming out better people.
My daughter's got a new friend at college.
Right.
I shouldn't really be saying this, but she sounds
You're going
like
to anyway, though, aren't you?
she sounds like a joy. She really does. My daughter says it's a bit like sitting with my dad at lunchtime. And I'm saying, what do you mean? She goes, well, she walked into the cafeteria the other day with my daughter, and she said out loud, "Why are so many brown people in?"
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Which I thought was incredible. So she just says what she thinks. She has no filter.
Shalini just says OMFG in big capital letters. She also said a few comments back, "I'm being deported apparently because I didn't put any honey in Vaughn's peppermint tea." Vaughan, why are you drinking peppermint tea?
Because Vaughan is a fucking closet gay. I mean, let's be honest, right? He's got a man bun.
The
Right?
man bun's real. That's a thing, yeah.
He's got that soft English accent.
Oh no, he doesn't.
He's almost like Shalini's defending him now. She's defending her beard.
He says it helps wash down his avocado on sourdough.
Right,
you have
this
to come
guy,
back down here. We're gonna have to go for a roast again, Vaughan. We're gonna have to, right? We need to do a bit of a.
It'll be down on the it'll be down here in Brighton in the middle of June.
That's not here.
Right, what's 5G?
Right, anyway, 5G Mark. This guy's insane. This guy's absolutely insane. Everything on social media.
5G Mark. I'm already not caring what he says.
Well, this is the guy that's endorsing people that are cutting the traffic sensors off the top of traffic lights because they're phased array weapons and they can kill people.
That was our slide last week. I remember that.
Yeah. This guy's absolutely insane.
There was never any encryption to protect you. Wrong. That's the first thing. That's wrong.
Yeah. They're building your digital twin and you're giving them control. Stop doing it as they're going to exterminate you. What the fuck are you talking about, mate?
My digital twin would take one look and go, "Yeah, I'm out."
This guy is literally... he's literally insane. Literally.
My digital twin would not want to control me or take over my life. He'd feel his digital back and go, "Ow, this isn't for me." John's promised to braid your hair in Brighton, has he, Vaughan?
Yeah, I'll braid his hair all right.
I'll do something to your hair, laddie.
Yeah. I've got the very thing here to braid your hair. Got my daily carry. I can use that to braid your hair, can't I?
Oh God.
Just take that man bun right off. Oh, every time I see people with man buns, I always have this urge to just cut the whole thing off.
Well,
Right, moving on. Here's one for Auntie Benn. Auntie Benn, can you answer this question? I've never been with another trans girl until yesterday, and I reacted really badly to performing oral.
Oh,
I
Jesus
feel
Christ.
terrible because I want to make her feel happy, and I don't know why I keep reacting this way.
because you're attracted to females.
Because you're actually a straight guy pretending to be a woman.
You're a straight male. That's why. It's not a.
Auntie Benn has given solid, accurate advice that could help you.
Yeah, I mean, we do like to agony aunt every now and again.
Yeah,
We do like to do that. But yes, dearie. The reason why you are not enjoying it is because you are not a homosexual. You are in fact heterosexual, and therefore you would certainly enjoy it if your trans partner did not have a penis.
Right, let's move on. So I had this one on Friday, but I thought I'd revisit this because I thought it was quite interesting. Now, the initial tweet paints this guy in a bad way. Who's fiddling? Why are you fiddling with your microphone?
He's fiddling with his microphone because he's got a bloody headset on. I'm telling you, he's ready to get on with the Backstreet Boys. Tell me why
David, is Major Tom on there?
You are my fire.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Anyway, Jewish billionaire Michael Milken.
He's
Go on.
reading the
No,
slide.
go on. You read the slide, mate. On you go.
Jewish billionaire Michael Milken warns that the entire world will be forced to load their digital health records onto their phones and rely on an AI physician for medical care in the very near future. It won't be long before you have a medical teammate who has all of your clinical information and all of your medical information. These will be available to every single person on the planet someday.
And that's not what the guy said. If you actually listen to the video, what the guy said was, right? He said was, at the moment, and this is Microsoft's AI diagnostic system, Microsoft's, which is shit. I mean, Microsoft's AI is shit, right? It's achieving 4 times the accuracy of human doctors.
Do you know the amount of times I've actually been to the doctor and they've gone, oh, let me just check, and got on Google?
Well, they used
right
to
in front of me.
Hey, mate, when I went to the doctor when my eyes were red, right? The whites of my eyes were actually red. When I went into the doctor and he fucking went like, whoa. And then the first thing he did was pick up the book and start flipping through the book. This was before the internet.
Yeah, but I would prefer them flick through the book.
Exactly.
Than be jumping on Google. And I've seen them jump on Google on multiple occasions.
But this, and they tell you not to do Google because obviously that's all they're doing.
That's all they're doing.
Yeah, but Microsoft's AI is 4 times better than doctors when it comes to diagnosis, right?
Right.
Now the thing is, this guy didn't say you'll be forced to. What this guy said is, if AI is so good at diagnosing stuff, which it does appear to be, right?
Yeah,
why wouldn't you want?
Cases is a very small sample size.
Yeah, okay, but why wouldn't you want? Why wouldn't you want to have that, even if it was as a second opinion? Why wouldn't you want to have it, right?
Oh no, I think I would want it.
Yeah. So
I'm not being funny. I think
he's
I would
not
want
saying
it.
you'll be forced to have it. What he's saying is you've got your phone's strong enough to run it, and you're going to have a medical diagnosis machine in your hand that can diagnose you when you've got a problem. I don't see it being a terrible big
to me, I
issue.
guess that would be very handy to me. You know, I'm in a more unique situation than both of you when it comes to that, but to me it would be very handy. Now, like you said, if people were forced to have it, I think I'd have an issue with that. But if it's an option I think I would probably take.
Soldier says he was just diagnosed with COPD. What is
That's
chronic?
It's basically it's chronic lung disease.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pulmonary disorder. Hmm.
Smoker.
Mate, I don't know if he's a smoker. Oh, well, he smokes the old 420. doesn't he?
Ganja. Right. Okay. Moving on. There is a tweet from Soldier. Right. So,
Carl, you've made the show.
So Darren of Plymouth says, weird how the mass surveillance state hasn't reduced crime, just an observation. A Soldier says, hoodies, then balaclavas became more popular when CCTV cameras were installed everywhere. And then I pointed out, facial recognition doesn't really fucking matter until you've been caught once. Because you've got to have been caught once for them to then be able to compare your face against your known record.
Well, yeah. Yes and no. It depends.
There's no yes and no here. There is no. If you've not been convicted of an offence, there is no way they are allowed to compare your record against somebody, against a civilian database.
I believe there has been backdooring with the passport service, or at least allegations of backdooring with the passport service.
That's not legal. That's not legal. That's like fingerprints. If you have given your fingerprints to a company or whatever, right? They can't use them to convict you in a court.
Well, okay. But like I said, I believe that they are well, at least there have been allegations of backdooring with the passport service. I can't confirm that, but I've certainly read those allegations. But there are other databases I guess they could use. I'm not saying they
legally.
should use.
Yeah, not legally. So I think the problem is, I think this will go the way of like supermarkets and car parking. Now, how the fuck can a private company get legal access to the DVLA's motor
I
vehicle
don't know
records?
because you're going to a co-op now and they're using facial recognition, aren't they?
Yeah, and they shouldn't be doing it.
No,
They
I
should
don't
not
think
be
they
doing it.
I mean, the only way that I would say you could do it is if you were simply, taking a face of someone that had been caught stealing, not actually searching their identities, but the database then going, wait, that person's on our list as being caught stealing. That's the only way I could see them doing it.
Yeah, it should be segregated. They should just have their own isolated, compartmentalized list.
Yeah.
That is disconnected from the PND or the Police National Database or some other particular kind of like database.
That is the only way that I
confined to their own setting.
And it's not even legal to do that as it stands at the moment.
Carl, it's really hard to quit smoking. I am thankful that I have quit and that I'm 3 or 4 years off now. Yes, I'm vaping, but I will say that ever since moving from cigarettes to vapes, my lung capacity is way better. I can smell things better. I can taste things better. And I don't smell like cigarettes all of the damn time. I simply smell like cola. And that works for me as much as it does. Also, I want to extend a heartfelt, I'm sorry, man, that you've been diagnosed with COPD. It is a lifelong condition. And I hope you keep on top of it, dude, because I've seen some people really go downhill with that. So, yeah, keep on top of it.
Tim Sparks has confirmed he purchased 80 Pizza Huts and has brought back everything that made them iconic. Pac-Man is back, Salad Bar is back, Red Cups are back, booths for families. I want to rebuild places for families to connect and put their phones down. Nice. I endorse that.
I endorse that. I think that's fantastic.
Old as gold. Yeah, bring it back.
Yeah. I think that's fantastic. You can't vape, it irritates you. Baked goods it is then, says Vaughan. Well,
nothing wrong with that.
It is what it is, but like I said, I mean, my wife's father, he's got very chronic heavy COPD and he still smokes about 70 a day. And now I'm not advocating you doing that. But I'm just saying you need to keep on top of it. Because you'll end up drowning in your own lungs otherwise, and that's not nice.
Lovely. Nothing prepares you for hearing a grown man explain butthole sunning like he's revealing ancient forbidden knowledge. What is this with butthole sunning? Why does this keep coming up these days?
I don't think you should listen to any advice given by a man that looks like that.
Yeah, I know. He's got your kind of haircut, though.
He might have my kind of haircut, but he also, it's just hobo chic, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that. Hobo chic.
Hobo chic. I mean, did you ever see the first Zoolander movie?
No,
Right.
I don't like
You don't like Ben Stiller?
I don't like. Nah, I don't really like Ben Stiller.
Well, during the first Zoolander movie, anyway, the villain of the piece, played by Will Ferrell, he's a fashion designer, and he's putting on a fashion line of basically people in bin bags, and he's calling it derelict. And that's what I think of when when I see that man. I think, is he about to go on old Will Ferrell's derelict fashion show?
I think this whole thing is about sunning your balls. I think
No,
Butthole
it's
sunning, mate.
no, it's the anus.
Oh Jesus!
It's the chocolate starfish.
He's getting on the old sunbed, isn't he? He's getting on the old sunbed and just
No.
pulling them apart.
Sunbeds don't work. It's got to be the sun. And
it's got to be the actual sun.
It's got to be the actual sun. It's got to be either morning or night, apparently. And for
Do
some
you
reason,
know that from experience,
I know
Charles?
too
Have you
much
actually listened to
I know
this
too
guy?
much fucking information about
Have
that.
you actually listened?
You've actually tried it, Sarge.
He's
No,
tried
I
it.
haven't.
He's
I have
absolutely tried
I
it.
have not tried butthole sunning, and I have no inclination
You've got
to
a
do
courtyard
so.
back there, nice and
No.
private. You've tried it, haven't you?
I have not done butthole sunning.
Yeah. He's fallen into his own trap here. He
Butthole
really
sunning.
has.
That's as nearly as bad as the time I made that error, and I said, my dog's farts taste minty instead of smell minty. When I was giving the dog Bob Martin's fresher breath mints because the dog had terrible halitosis, and it made its farts smell minty. And I was telling people
on here.
no, he's not. He's not. There's no sun
the
in
way,
Scotland. Dreadeye's right. Dreadeye's. Thank you, Dreadeye. There's no sun in Scotland, so butthole sunning doesn't happen up here. Right, moving on.
Sure.
Boiling lobsters alive is now illegal in Switzerland. I find this a ridiculous law, and I think we've done the same thing here. What is the point in enacting a law that you can't police?
No, you can't police it at all.
So what's the point?
To make it seem like you're being humane, to make it seem like you're caring. To make that's all it can be, because, like you say, it cannot be policed. And I mean, obviously, I'd probably prefer to dispatch a lobster before boiling it. But that's just a personal preference. But like you say, you cannot police this. So why announce it? Why even make the law?
Exactly.
Oh, they made the law to announce the law. That's the reason they made the law.
Yeah, basically.
Listen, you know what should be illegal in Switzerland? Their prices, because they are so bloody expensive.
I have
seriously.
seen, yeah.
Fill your wallet if you go to Switzerland, seriously.
I've been to Switzerland.
You should see the state of my wallet right now. There's literally nothing in it. So I'm not going to Switzerland.
I've been to Switzerland once and I just drove through. That was all.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's
country.
lovely.
Yeah. It's lovely.
Right, here's one for you, Vaughn. You've got a short-statured partner. I thought one of these would come in handy for all the men with short partners when dragged out shopping. So it's like a dealy bopper thing. So it's just a headband with that big arrow on top, right? So you can see where she is. It's fucking classic.
That's really good.
So I don't know if Shelley needs a way to bed. It's probably past her bedtime.
I approve. That has the Chad Hawk Man of the People seal of approval.
We should put that on our merch.
Well, I think so. I think that's very good. Shalini says I'm here. Beats and Tape says he may need one.
There you go. Well, we can put it on merch. We can put a wee, approved by Chasing Dissent on it.
Yeah.
I think Chad Hawk should have one for his streams, just so people can focus on him, stay focused on him.
Stay focused.
Right here, baby.
Right here, baby.
he just needs a big arrow with an angle on it pointing at him going, man of the people.
Man of the people, baby. Man of the goddamn people.
You could actually frame it up in your wall. Yeah, like maybe the opposite side of your YouTube clapperboard or something like that.
Yeah, maybe,
just where it points at you. Yeah.
What's this? What's this, Ben?
What's what?
What's this?
Fucking AI.
Yeah, but what is it? Fantavirus.
Oh, that's a hantavirus, isn't it?
It's a Fantavirus because it's disappeared, isn't it? It's
That's
all gone.
Of course it is, because
God.
let's face it, I mean, even the Health Administration had to come out and basically say, you're only really going to get this if you basically start shoving your tongues in each other's mouths.
Similar to Mpox, monkeypox.
Yeah.
That was similar as well. Very close contact.
So-
we predicted that last week, John, didn't we? It would go out in the news cycle
I
by
told
the end
them
of this week. Yeah.
it'd be out here by the end of the week, and it was.
It was never, ever going to be a big global thing causing issues, but of course, the usual suspects came out and started going, oh my God, there's going to be lockdowns. Didn't Alex Jones? You're going to be hantavirus lockdowns. Here, we have lockdowns.
Hey,
shut up, Alex.
Ebola.
Just
so
calm down.
So hantavirus has gone stage left. Enter Ebola.
Yeah, Ebola's
stage
no
right.
use. Ebola's no
Ebola's
use.
back, is it?
It's a global health emergency. Now.
No, it never will be, because Ebola's it's too good at killing you. That's the problem with Ebola.
It's a horrible death, though.
It is a horrible
it is
death,
horrible,
yeah.
but it's too quick. That's the problem. It doesn't give time to spread, and
No.
you got to transmit it through fluids.
I'm sure they've got it somewhere important down. Just saying.
I think they've got a bit of everything important down, haven't they?
Including that. What was the nerve agent they used? Novichok. They've got that. Portendown is one of the very few places in the world outside Russia that's got samples of Novichok.
And it just happened to be used in close proximity. I mean, no.
That's just a rabbit hole that we don't want to go down again, do they?
Nothing to do with it.
No, and speaking of nothing
to do with it whatsoever.
Spotted down the shops. Who is this Hollywood star?
Vaughan says, no, I put a shock collar on her. If I lose her, I hit the button and follow the yelps of Obi Jesus.
Is that Betty E.T. or something?
No, it's fucking some woman out shopping.
It looks like the size and the gait of E.T.
It does
Just
look
looking
like
in the
E.T.
window going, Elliot.
Phone home. I hated that movie. I fucking can't stand
it's
it.
Brigitte Macron dressed up.
I'll be right here.
I can't stand that movie. No, I'm using some of the. What was this? This guy. 2016, Guy McPherson, a climate change expert, scientist, and professor from the University of Arizona, says there will not be any humans on the planet by 2026 due to the effects of climate change. Trust the scientists.
Trust the funding.
I can't guarantee that he said
to
that.
The scientists, yeah.
But everything that they predict never comes to pass. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
aged well.
they
Feels like-
predict it. They say it's going to happen. It never happens, and then they just predict some other
Yeah.
calamity.
So
It's rinse and repeat, and then for some reason we still believe them.
yeah, Lincolnshire. So they arrested the food delivery driver for no insurance, and then went on and delivered the meal. That's a question.
I love the big old smile on the second guy's face.
Yeah, the
as
second guy's going, tee hee hee hee. He delivered your meal. But that's
I'm surprised the Rosses actually delivered it. Like they didn't like.
well,
tuck
I'm
in,
surprised as well. But
Yeah.
genuine.
Do you know what that also tells me? It tells me they were bored and had nothing else to do.
No, they just lifted a guy, so they
Those
probably.
lads are just kids. Look at them, like they're
I know,
straight out of
I
academy,
know.
aren't they?
He's looking
Yeah, of
about
course.
12.
Yeah.
Anyway, they are actually. He says they look about 12. Yeah.
Police
Hey,
cadets, says Vaughan.
The principal called and said that you got expelled for using the C word. C word. That wasn't clever, was it? No, it wasn't. It was. Oh, right. Ben, have you seen this? Apparently this is a toy display in Morrison's.
Okay, I haven't been in Morrison's in ages.
Oh, Jesus.
It's some kind of Super Stretch Armstrong type thing.
I think I
Lamb
need to go.
Heroes.
I need to go in I need to go in Morrison's.
You need to go and see if that's real
I
or
need
not.
to do some research.
It just looks
Slam
fucking
Heroes.
it looks ridiculous, doesn't it?
Some more Chinese tat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, I'd used these the other night, but I'm going to redo them because they were quite funny. So, man survives lightning strike only to suffocate to death when villagers insist on treating his injuries by covering him in cow dung. Only in India.
Jesus.
That's just,
Death by cow dung.
yeah.
Asphyxiation.
Yeah, it was 2019, but before AI.
Beats and Tape says he heard that you went in Morrison's and bought them all, John.
Yeah, yeah. So, this next one, I have verified this. This is true, Ben, okay?
That's true.
This is true. The Indian Air Force used to dress their helicopters up like fish and elephants.
Jesus. Helicopter Ganesh.
It's the elephant.
Hella Ganapati.
They've done it for festivals. That is the Indian
Wow.
Air Force at its peak ridiculousness. As they
Yeah, I
say.
mean, but come on, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? if
It
it's
is
for
a bit of
festivals?
fun, but
It's a bit
fucking
of fun,
hell.
and let's not deny anybody their fun.
The
Come on
elephants.
now, John. We're not the
Yeah.
fun police.
Well, absolutely. The elephants are 100%. They're really well done, I think. They've even
I
got
think
a-
so.
No elephants were harmed during that staging.
I don't know. You don't know if that trunk's real or not.
And here you go, Ben. Here's one for you, mate. This is I'd like the part of my rib to be disabled. You only have regular porn, you sick bastard.
You need that in the soundboard, Sarge.
You do. Right, that's the slides finished.
That's the slides finished.
That's all right. We did all right.
I think we did.
We only had 35 slides and we've done 2 hours.
Yeah, got a fair bit of mileage out of Sarge tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, no, and he's not even paying us, David.
What could I pay you with? I mean, how can I possibly pay you? Nobody's donated, and nobody's and the stream's not monetized.
It's fine, John. We
I mean,
are.
you guys get an uninterrupted stream from me because I don't put adverts on it.
Look, it's fine, folks. Because
Buttons. I can pay
we
them
are
on buttons.
we are
Search
willing
Shalini.
to work in lieu of payment, aren't we? David?
Yeah.
If people do wish to donate to you, Sarge, how do they do that?
They do
Yeah.
that.
How do they do that?
They can do that here on YouTube, but the preferred method is always through Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/Sgt Grumpy.
Or they might want to purchase a particular book that you put together.
Oh,
as
you
well.
could always buy my book, Think Like I Detective, available from Amazon.
Still can't believe he released a book.
Why? I'm still to do the proper one.
Yeah, you
The
haven't done the
memoirs.
proper book.
I haven't done the memoirs, but yeah, I will do.
Soldier says I'm on Brave browser, so no adverts anyway. There's no adverts. You're fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what browser.
I
you're
don't.
on. There
It
is-
doesn't
there is-
matter where you are. I don't put adverts on my.
There are no
streams.
adverts on this show, and in all seriousness, I'm happy to do this without any kind of payments. So any donations you make go straight to John, unless, of course, someone wants to drop $1,000. Then me and David are getting a chunk of that. Just saying.
Yeah,
And I
could-
would use 500 of that and say, Ben, get ready to cry. Get those clippers out, baby.
Oh, you bastard!
Or you could be paid in Pokemon cards, according to Beats and Tapes.
I mean,
Oh,
He's flexing. He's flexing.
well, yeah.
John's just disgusted.
he is just disgusted. Look, I
You're just-
am.
You're just like a corporate whore.
No, I'm just a massive, massive, massive child.
Yeah.
I'm a geek through and through. I have been my entire life.
What's going on with your hair?
What do you mean? What's going on with my hair?
Well, Lean forward slightly.
I haven't dyed it.
Yeah, but you seem to have like a big. You've got an awfully big kind of shed.
Well, that's just the blonde roots.
No, I meant the. Is it blonde roots? Is that what it is? I thought it was skin.
No, it's the blonde. It's my blonde hair. I've got about 2 or 3 inches of blonde hair at the moment. If I dye it again, that will go away. But yeah.
Okay.
And then underneath, that's all just blonde. Look.
He looks like Barry from EastEnders.
Oh, great.
He looks like Benny from Crossroads.
Well, at least I'm losing weight, John.
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Did you
And
hear
you
what
could too.
Did you hear what he said to me the other day? I told him I'd lost 2 pounds. And he said, from your pocket. And I said, well, at least it weren't 50.
Yeah, I did lose 50 quid the other day. Yeah, I did.
Genuinely felt bad for you over that. Yeah.
I'm pissing myself.
I felt bad for myself. Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about that. But hey.
Oh, what's this?
What it is.
What's this here?
I don't know. What is it?
Oh.
Is that
What's that?
Is that a £50 Scottish note?
Yeah, I think it might be.
That's not real money then.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a 50. 50.
It's Monopoly money, John.
He had that planted ready to go at the end of the show.
He did, didn't he? He's had that the entire time. He's been waiting for the opportune fucking moment.
No, I would never do such a thing. Never would I. I mean, what do you think I am? Some kind of wind-up merchant?
Yes. Not as much as I am, but yes.
So, I'm going to go back into Fortnite. We're going to go back to playing Fortnite, but not on streams. But
No, that's fine.
I was talking to Vaughn the other night, and I'm going to fire up the old PC and get Fortnite updated on it so we can play Fortnite again and have a good chat. Because we used to have fun. We used to have fun on Fortnite.
We did. And I am still running quite often the Fortnite streams. I'm trying to run other streams instead now. And also you can subscribe to my gaming channel where I want to move those Fortnite streams to get them off my main channel, which is just Real Review UK Gaming. Go and subscribe over there. Right? Help me, because if I can get to 50 subscribers on that channel,
yeah,
then I don't have to do fucking game streams on my main channel anymore, and I won't. But in the meantime, like, I'll be live tomorrow night, but I'll be here at the desk. I don't know what I'm doing. Might be a Lego build, might just be a chill and chat. I don't know yet, but I'll be here at the desk.
You'll be live at the desk.
Yeah. I enjoy doing them from here. A, we get a better quality camera, and B, we just have a much better time, like chatting shit and stuff like that. I have a great time playing games with and having, people in my ear and all of us having a laugh and a joke and stuff like that. But I really do like this type of environment where I get to talk directly to you guys, whether it's here on Chasing Dissent or if it's over on my own channel. So, yeah. Beat says might get a waxed head, lol. Well, you know the gauntlet. You guys know what you have to do in order for my hair to be completely shaved live on camera. You know what to do if you're a viewer of my channel. None of you have got the balls, so it's fine. You haven't got the balls either, David. Me?
Yeah.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're looking chubby about the face again.
No, it's probably the fact that I've still got this crappy little patch.
Never keep any more than 500 quid in your bank at any one time, preferably less. That's just a message to people like Soldier who says my account says exactly 0. That's good. Yes. That's good. Don't keep money in the bank. Not, you know who told me that? The bank.
Oh, fuck you, Vaughn. Fuck you, Vaughn.
What? See, I've not made a bold.
He sent me that picture.
That is Barry from EastEnders. Vaughn, look up Benny. Look up Benny from Crossroads. Although
give me a sec.
That moody picture of you there.
Hold on a sec, Vaughn. I'll send you a link to my gaming channel.
Doesn't quite look like you. Night.
And Barry from EastEnders was a very good singer as well.
Oh, he was, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. Give me a second. I will find a link to my gaming channel, and I will send it to Vaughn because he's asked me for it. You can keep talking, boys. You don't have to wait for me.
Yeah.
I don't
Is there
know.
anything else we want to cover?
I don't
Well,
have to
been-
derail the show.
Oh, it's been great for me. I think
been
it's
great.
been a great old six-baller.
Well,
Yeah.
5-baller.
Well,
as
5-baller
always,
is-
yeah. 5 balls and 1 silicone, as is tradition.
2 dicks and a, 2 dicks and a micro.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
He hates us, doesn't he? He absolutely hates us.
I don't hate it. I have no conception of hate.
Oh dear.
Right. So, how long before Russia runs out of patience?
In what sense?
Well, Ukraine and Russia, they're still ding-donging each other with long-range missiles, and Ukraine just hit Moscow. So I'm pretty sure that Russia's going to run out of patience soon.
Well,
I think they're prepared to grind on for as long as it takes. I think that seems to be kind of the backbone of who and what kind of Russia is. They've displayed this before in Syria as well. And I think they're just waiting for.
Well, they didn't do it in Afghanistan,
Ukraine to
though.
concede.
Yeah, but they didn't do it in Afghanistan. They fucked off out of there.
Well, that was. Well, are we? You talking about the war in the 70s, was it? Or
Yeah,
Mm.
but it was still Russia. It was still Soviets,
Yeah.
and on that note, boys and girls,
It looks like you're frozen. But you're not very good at it because you're moving. Have you got a fan on?
no, I've just got a bloody autistic tick.
Artistic tick. What do they look like? Are they different from regular ticks? I mean, do you still remove them with tick pliers and things?
Fucking I wish.
What the man of the people is saying is shut it down. Shut it
Fucking
down.
shut it down. Here we go.
I could go for another hour. I don't give two shits.
Yeah, where are we going? We're just gonna. Well, shall we play out with that song for Ed?
Yeah,
That's still there.
It's lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. What? What are you doing? Oh, he's got his big spliff in.
That's for beats and tapes as well. That was for Snoop. Yeah.
Right. Okay, guys. As always, been great for you. Love you all.
Old Ed stood on the pebbles, the gray sea licking his boots. He had salt in his heavy coat, but red dust in his veins. He talked to the wind like it was an old friend, bringing news from the south across the long blue miles. Oh, Ed the seagull, spread those heavy wings, leave the pier and the rain behind. Go find where your heart stays, under that African star. Hey, under that African star. He kept a jar on the shelf, filled with earth from the plain. Brighton was his walking ground, but the heat was his home. Now the chair is still, the morning tide is high. We see a white bird rising, breaking through the mist. Oh, Ed the seagull, spread those heavy wings, leave the pier and the rain behind. Go find where your heart stays, under that African star. Hey, under that African star. Stomp the floor for the man. Hey, hey. Shout his name to the waves. Hey. far across the water, far away across the water, far away. Go home now.